Hey guys, and welcome to my video. My name is Tommy Smith, and today I want to talk a little about six figures and how we could get to six figures a month realistically in 2022 with all the opportunities that are being fed to us. So to start off the video, why do we think that this is such a hard achievement, and why is this completely false, and why should we disregard this kind of thinking and then pursue to not only get to six figures, but totally blow that out of the water and eventually get to seven figures. So to not get in too deep with all of this stuff, but growing up, a lot of people think get into six figures, that 10K a month, it's so hard or it's so unachievable, and that is just something we really need to disregard, because let me tell you, as long as you have the right vessel, as long as you're doing the right things with the right mindset, getting to six figures is honestly achievable within 6 to 12 months. So with that being said, how do we get to six figures, and what is my recommendation for you guys in order to get there? And that's a very good question. And if you're on the internet and you're kind of diving into the entrepreneur space, then you might be maybe fed ads about drop shipping. Maybe you're learning a little bit about NFTs, cryptocurrency, Amazon FBA, and maybe you've even heard about social media marketing agencies. And that is what I want to talk to you guys about today. It's a social media marketing agency with a twist on it. It's what I call an Ecom marketing agency. And in 2022, there's 5 big reasons that I want to talk about that make me believe and also make me an advocate of starting an ecom agency. So as an ecom marketing agency, pretty much all I'm doing is helping online brands do whatever it takes to scale their business, to have more predictable streams of income with paid ads, but also with other things like organic ads, email marketing, text message marketing, different landing page optimizations, and a myriad of services that we provide to these companies. So with that being said, what are the 5 reasons why you should start an ecom agency in 2022? Why is this such a great opportunity, and why is this the best way to get to six figures? So the first reason is the growing demand for the skills that we offer. Having an ecom agency or a social media marketing agency is not just another overnight fad. It's not just something that you're hopefully betting on, like with NFTs or cryptocurrency. Really, there's no luck involved with it, right? So these are skills that we are going to possess over time. These are services that we will be able to provide for online brands. And, the growing demand for that is really endless, because if you look it up, Shopify has been growing month after month, year after year. Everybody is selling something online, and in the next 3 to 5 years, I truly believe that almost everybody's going to be selling something online, whether that's information, a product, or their brand, like as you can see with people on TikTok. So the first reason is the growing demand. We will always be a very valuable asset to the growth of these businesses, and it's not just something that you're going to learn now and then eventually have no use for in the future. And with that being said, we're going to transition into the second point, which is the longevity of having an ecom marketing agency. So when owning a digital marketing agency, we possess very valuable skills, and businesses essentially need us to have a predictable stream of income. We're setting systems for them, and as long as we possess these skills, they're going to consistently hire us, because having a team in-house, that's going to cost them a lot of money. That's going to also require them to train, and obviously there's other legal actions that you have to take when hiring or firing an employee in your company, opposed to hiring just an agency on a month-to-month basis, on a 3-month contract, things like that. It's a lot less messy to just hire an agency, and actually you'd be surprised that a lot of big businesses actually are partnered with agencies instead of having an in-house marketing team. So the longevity of having an ecom agency is the second reason why this is the best way to get to six figures. We're going to be a very valuable person or a very valuable entity to businesses for the near future, and the skills that we possess are going to always be of high value, and we're going to be able to use these skills in everything else that we do. And that leads me into number 3, transferable skills. So the skills that we have when having an ecom agency, right? Learning sales, learning marketing, learning how to grow an online business, learning how to set up landing pages, learning how to write specific words that really speak to your ideal customer, learning how to find your ideal customer. All of these skills are very, very, very valuable skills. In my ecom agency, running paid ads could be a $2,000 minimum fee. You could also take a percentage of the profits that you bring in with your systems. So maybe you're making $2,000 right off the bat, and they're giving you a $10,000 a month ad spend, which is a pretty good ad spend, and you're giving them a 4 times return on ad spend. So with that $10,000, you're turning it into $40,000. If you get 10% of that on top of the $2,000 that you already got from one client, that's a lot of money. So that just shows you how valuable these skills are. And not only that, they are also transferable, meaning, if you don't want to run an agency forever, maybe you want to work on a passion project once you're done with this agency. Maybe you want to start a clothing brand or a tech brand. You can, because you know how to grow a business. So that is the third reason why an ecom agency is the fastest and best way to get to six figures in 2022. The fourth reason is this is the fastest way to get there. So how is this the fastest way? And why is this the fastest way? Well, like I just said, each client could range from $2,000 to $5,000 a month, or sometimes more, depending on the deals that you make on ad spend. So we're really working with a very high ticket value sales, right? We're not selling t-shirts with a $10 profit, and in order to get to $10,000 we got to sell 100,000, or I'm sorry, we have to sell 1,000 t-shirts a month. No, we're not doing that. We are going after maybe 3 to 5 clients who are going to pay us $2,000 to $5,000 a month each, and by doing so we get to $10,000 a month. And not only that, but the cost of running an ecom agency are very little. If we're bringing in about $11,000 to $12,000 a month, well, we're taking home about 10. And once you get to this point, and you're making 6 figures a month, this is where you see the biggest change in your lifestyle. You're able to drive the car that you want. You're able to afford the apartment you want. You're available to hang out with your friends when you want to. You're available to hang out with your family, spend time, go on vacation, and ultimately take care of your family and loved ones. So this is a very drastic change in your life. So that's why we are talking about 6 figures. It's not because we want to be flashy and be that guy who makes 100 grand, right? No, it's not about that. It's about the lifestyle changes that we are able to have from achieving this milestone. So that is the fourth reason. It's a very fast way to get to 6 figures, very doable, and you don't have to sell 1,000 t-shirts, right? And you don't have to sell 1,000 t-shirts every single month. So that is number 4. So reason number 5 is the connections. When you own a ecom agency, when you're operating an ecom agency, you're pretty frequently speaking with business owners, CEOs, head of marketing. You're talking to very maybe powerful people, if you will, and these people become your allies, especially if you're the reason why they went from 6 figures to 7 figures. You made their dreams come true, and now these people are your allies. Now these people are referring a lot of other companies to work with you, and they're referring your service to other people. And that is very powerful because, we're spending our time with high value people. We're on phone calls with high value people. And that really helps, grow your net worth. They say your network is your net worth, and some people, are a little bit skeptical of that, but really, you could grow your network very well by having and operating a successful e-com marketing agency. And this is very powerful for 100 different reasons. Not only that, but if you decide to eventually get into a course, if you decide to eventually try to speak with other agency owners, if you want to do, influencer marketing, you're talking to, influencers, you're talking to other business owners who operate their marketing agency. You're talking to different people in different countries that are all on the same wavelength as you. And to me, that is very powerful. So with that being said, those are the 5 main reasons why you should start an ecom agency in 2022. To go over it, the first one is the growing demand. Obviously Shopify stores, they're popping up everywhere. So you're never going to not have a job, right? 2 is the longevity. We have and obtain very valuable skills, and we're helping solve a problem for businesses. Businesses pay a lot of money. Solving a problem for an individual is a lot different than solving a problem for a business. So the longevity of this, over the next 3 to 5 years, people are going to be creating more businesses, and this is just going to be an even more valuable service or business to have as an asset. The third is all of these skills that we're learning are transferable. They work in our agency, but they also work for a lot of other things. And yeah, you could use them in any aspect of your life going forward. If you want to get into real estate, if you want to get into, opening coffee shops, if you want to own a clothing brand, they're transferable skills that you could utilize in the future. And 4, it's the fastest way to get to 6 figures. You're selling, 3 to 5 people your service at $2,000 to $5,000 to get to $10,000 a month. So I that's pretty easy to me. And it's, yeah, I don't know. That seems pretty easy. Maybe it's not the fastest, but it seems like a pretty fast way to get to 6 figures. And in my experience, it took me a couple years to get here, but I was not focused at all. And when I really did finally focus on it, it came a lot easier. So as long as you have the right amount of focus and you know how to channel your energy to the right things, then you could get to 6 figures in 3 to 6 months. I've seen people get to it in a month with certain agents or with certain courses that I've taken. So it's definitely possible, especially if you're a more focused person than I was at 20, 21, and 22, 23 even. So yeah, and the 5th reason is the connections. The connections are priceless. So I hope you really enjoyed that video. If you made it this far, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps out with the algorithm and helps me be seen a little bit more on YouTube. Oh, and before you go, I am starting a Facebook group for people who want to learn a little bit more about ecom agencies. I will be interacting in there. I'll be answering any questions. I'll be a little bit more active in there than I will be in the YouTube comments. So this is a good place to meet like-minded individuals. A lot of my ecom friends that are doing very well will be in there. So if that is something that's interesting to you, go ahead and maybe check on the next video. I'll have the link for that Facebook group. Maybe in the future I'll put it on this video, so it might be in the bio by the time you're seeing this video. But yeah, Facebook group is coming. So yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the group. Have a good day.